DISPELLING hair arc. Shedeur Sanders and the Dog Pound Rebirth. Chapter 1. The headlines lie. Shedeur Sanders doesn't fit Cleveland. Shedeur isn't built for the cold. Stefanski can't handle a QB like him. The headlines spun like a snowstorm across Cleveland sports radio, Twitter feeds, and barbershop banter. Everyone had an opinion, and most were wrong. Shedeur Sanders heard it all, every bite of skepticism, every whisper of doubt, but he didn't flinch. He had been raised by prime time himself. Pressure wasn't new. Scrutiny was his shadow. When the Cleveland Browns drafted Shedeur Sanders in the first round, critics lost their minds. They said the Browns already had Deshaun Watson. They said Shedeur was too flashy, too Hollywood, too different. But Cleveland was a city of grit, cold fingers, brown coats, barking fans in the dog pound. Could a Sanders really belong here? The only person who didn't blink was Shedeur. He wanted this smoke. Chapter 2. Dog mentality coach Kevin Stefanski sat in his office, staring at tape. Not of Shedeur's college highlights. He'd watched those enough to know the kid could ball, but of past failures. Missed reds, broken plays, playoff collapses. Cleveland had always been cursed with almost. But Stefanski wasn't here to babysit narratives. He was here to win. "I need a QB who can think and create," he murmured to his assistant. "Shedeur's not just a name. He's a tactician with swag. People are saying he won't buy into your system." Stefanski smiled. "That's the thing. Maybe it's time the system buys into him." The preseason QB battle was staged like a reality show. Watson, the veteran. Shedeur, the rookie prodigy. The media loved the drama. Stefanski didn't. He saw Shedeur show up early, leave late. He saw him win over the locker room, not with flash, but with film sessions, rep counts, and late-night text threads with the O-line. By week 4, Watson went down with a shoulder sprain. The city held its breath. "Rookie time," Stefanski said quietly. Chapter 3. Ice in his veins. Shedeur's first NFL start was a home game against the Steelers, and the snow fell like powdered nerves. Pittsburgh came hungry, blitzing him like he stole something. He took hits, stood tall. On a crucial 4th and 6, the dog pound held its breath. Empty backfield. Steelers brought 6. Shedeur spun left, juked a linebacker, and fired a laser on the run to Amari Cooper for 27 yards. First down, then a no-huddle, then a touchdown strike. The stadium erupted. The headlines changed overnight. Shedeur is here, and Cleveland might just be ready. Chapter 4. The Stefanski shift. Stefanski had been labeled too conservative, too stuck in his scheme, but this time he adjusted. RPOs, designed rollouts, spread concepts lifted straight from Colorado's playbook. Analysts were baffled. He's changing the Browns' DNA. What they missed was Stefanski's evolution. He wasn't clinging to his system. He was trusting the talent. It wasn't about ego anymore. It was about the scoreboard. And week by week, Cleveland started stacking wins. But the real test was Baltimore. Chapter 5. Battle for the North. The Ravens had Lamar. They had swagger. And they had dominated the Browns for years. The showdown was billed as the future of the franchise. Baltimore's defense came for blood. Shedeur got sacked 3 times in the first half, but he never rattled. At halftime, down 17-3, he stood in the locker room and said, "We're not gonna blink." Stefanski looked at him. "You got something cooked?" Shedeur nodded. "Let me move. Let me lead." Second half. Wildcat, jet sweeps, triple option passes. The Browns were suddenly unpredictable, electric. Shedeur turned broken plays into first downs. He ran one in, threw 2 more. Final score, 27-24 Browns. Cleveland exploded. Chapter 6. The noise returns. With Shedeur's rise came a storm of takes. He's a social media QB. He's a Stefanski puppet. He'll demand a trade to Watson's still QB1. Even within the front office, whispers began. Was Shedeur just a flash? Was Stefanski leaning too far into college-style ball? The Browns stood 9-3, but inside the building, the old Cleveland doubt tried to sneak in. That's when Sanders and Stefanski met privately. "I know what they're saying," Shedeur said, "but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not benching you, Stefanski replied. I believe in you. Let them talk. We win. We write the narrative. Chapter 7. Frozen in time week 17, snow blanketed the field. Playoff spot on the line. Bengals, primetime. Fourth quarter, tie game. Shedeur had one drive to make history. The city was watching. His critics were waiting. He called an audible at the line, saw the safeties creep. Then snap. Pump fake. Slant, double move. Deep shot. Touchdown. The crowd's roar shattered the snow's silence. Browns clinched. Ed Stefanski, he was already scheming for January.